the Squale 1521. Squale, however you want to say it, doesn't really matter to me. I do not care. You say it however you want. I love the 1521. And when I think of the brand, the 1521 is the first model that comes to my mind. It's my favorite one. Of course, they have some other really good models. The 1545 is also really cool. They have some 39s and everything like that. But for some reason, the 1521 is unique enough and iconic enough from the brand that it's just the one that resonates with me personally. So big thanks to Tyler and the entire crew at Exquisite Timepieces, Naples, Florida, for sending this over, because they're the authorized dealer of choice for the brand, as well as a ton of other brands. So yeah, I don't know, pretty much whatever you can think of. They're a powerhouse. They can get it or have it. So reach out to them. Information down below in the description, as well as a direct link to this watch. This is the new bracelet, and it's in the full blasted case and bracelet configuration. It is a very well-fitted bracelet, I think, in it, because in the prior, they had basically the Milanese mesh that went with it. This bracelet just works. I love the mesh too, don't get me wrong, but this one just fits it so good. And they offer it now in many different finishes. So you can pick up the bracelet, hopefully, if you already even have the 1521, you can reach out to Tyler and see if he can get you the bracelet to go to your watch, or, you know, just buy another watch and have the whole bracelet and kit together. So let's get into the case size. Couple measurements on the width here, because the case itself is 40.5 millimeter, but the bezel a little bit wider at 41.85. So you can see how the case is designed. It's asymmetrical because it's like smooth on this side. Some of the older, earlier ones, you might have noticed it actually had pressed into the case or milled out. It would say the brand name there. That's smooth now. It's not there. But on this side, part of kind of like a integrated crown guard onto this side, they kind of like chunked it out a little bit. So it'd help if there was a strike or something, it wouldn't hit the crown. And the crown is tucked up nicely up in the, just past the 4 o'clock position, kind of almost even into the lug a little bit. And it is a signed crown. You'll also notice on the bezel, it's screwed in, kind of like the old Breitlings were and some other brands. So you can adjust that for the tension on the bracelet, or on the bezel. It's 120 click bezel, aluminum bezel insert. Back to measurements. Lug to lug, 48.6 millimeter. Look how quick they drop down off the case. That's going to really help it fit the smaller wrist too. This has been a very popular model even back in the day with like the urban gentry crowd. It was made very popular back then, and you know, for small wrist and 7¼ inch wrist like mine, and even larger. So it fits everybody. The thickness is only 12.9 millimeter flat sapphire crystal up top, and then you have a stainless steel case back, 28 millimeter lug opening. So if you want to do a leather strap, these look great on leather, or you could do, you know, a pass-through strap or something like that to get it lifted off your wrist even a little bit more if you wanted to. The crown is 5.9 millimeter. It is a screwed-in crown, and it is a 500 meter water depth rating on this thing. Very cool. Super legible dials on this with the orange framed minute hand. I love that. That's a really fat orange framed one, like the Grimaldi that I had. That was also kind of the same minute hand there. It makes it super legible. I love the pop of orange on there. The movement inside is a Sellita SW200, 38-hour power reserve. And we have C3 Superluminova on the dial and handset on this thing. Price point, snapshot in time, just over the $1,200 price point. But like I said, reach out to Tyler, tell him I sent you. See if you can work something out. Let me pop this on my wrist so you can see what it looks like. As you can see, it is perfect on wrist. It is not like a cushion case like a Seiko, but I definitely get the comfort level that I get when I typically put a Seiko on with the offset crown and the cushion case. I get the same kind of vibe with this, even though it isn't a cushion case technically. It just has that instantly comfortable, wearable feel as soon as you put it on wrist. The clasp is still pretty basic, fold over, and then it's just a friction fit. It's a milled center section, but the rest of it I think is stamped. You have 4 micro adjust, and you do have a dive extension, so you could take this thing, you know, 500 meters deep if you want to. No one will, but you could. The hardware for the bracelet, I believe, are screws. Yes, you can kind of see there. Probably a 1.2, it's a pretty small head, probably a 1.2 millimeter. So make sure you have the proper screwdriver. I don't know if I have one here handy, just to let you know, like 1.2 is actually pretty small. Like it might be like that. It's pretty small. So you want to make sure you have good tools for sizing this guy for sure. And as I'm holding it upside down, which some of these, like my Grimaldi, it was actually like that. So there's a lot of different models from the brand, so you can get some pretty funky configurations. Give it a quick blast with the UV light. I don't have any watches sitting around that I could show you next to. What do I have? I have a Mito. I don't have anything that you guys would know. I mean, here it is next to a Samurai, but it's just so you have like some sort of reference. It's definitely smaller than a Samurai. All right, let's turn off the studio lights. Boom. Decent lume. A little bit brighter on the handset than on the dial. So to the naked eye, I can definitely see that. But beautiful blue color. And you can get this also in a full polished. That thing looks bling. And it has like a more shiny blue. You guys have probably seen that one. That's a pretty cool model too. Thanks for watching. I'll see you guys in the next vid.